So there's very, very many different stories that I hear all the time about cold water, and it can be making you forget crap just for a moment, and you might be really thinking, you might be really bogged down with something, and it's actually taken you a lot of effort to get to the swim in the first place, and you get there and, oh, I don't want to do this because I feel cold and I feel miserable and I don't want to do it. And you do it, and bang, your brain has just forgotten. And when you come out, the problem is still there, but you've just forgotten about it. It's broken that train of thought for long enough. And often I find this from any exercise actually, that if you can force yourself to do it, you come back feeling better. And again, that's the adrenaline, isn't it? And we don't have enough adrenaline in our lives because we have lovely lives. And so there's a theory that we do have stress, but it's not caveman stress. So years and years ago, we were constantly under stress because we were going to be eaten. So we had to, we were constantly fighting to get our food. We were fighting to stay alive. All of this now the stress will be some daft shit has sent you an email in the morning that's really upset you, which you can sort out. But this morning I'm trying to sort something out with Apple and I can't hear them. They're telling me things I already know, and I can feel the stress. And my thought was, I'm all right, I'm going swimming later. It'll be fine. I'll forget these. So this is the kind of stress we have. Whereas when we put our bodies into cold water, this is real stress. Yeah. This is your body going, shit, she's trying to kill us. How can we stay alive? And that's my theory on it. I like this one. Then the idea was initially that I was giving up all the triathlon-y stuff because my body was knackered, and I decided I probably needed a challenge. And so somebody said, had I heard of the ice mile? And all I heard was mile. I didn't hear the word ice. And so because I'd been long distance swimming, mile, I thought, well, how hard can that be? It's not really a challenge, is it? So I googled the ice mile, and I saw at the time, there was like 170 people who'd done it, and I thought, well, that's not very many people. I wonder why. I don't understand. And I googled that it had to be under 5 degrees, and it had to be in a swimsuit, and and I still thought, don't really understand this one. Then I started training, and then I realised how hard it was. And so it took me 3 years to train for that, and which wasn't just my body. Actually, it was, in the end, it was my mind that wasn't allowing me to do it. My body was probably fine, and along the way I just kept on swimming all around Pembrokeshire. And people, this was now in 2014, 15, 16, when open water swimming was not such a massive thing in the winter months. So I'd have people waiting as I came out of the beach. What are you doing? I've just seen you. You've been in there for 10 minutes, or I've just seen you. And some people were kind, some people were interested, some people were downright rude. And it was just the people then, I supposed to say 1% would say, can I swim with you? So I'd say, yeah, of course. And then so initially for years there was 10 Bluetits in the whole world. That was it. And then people started coming here, started seeing me when they were holidaying here. Yeah. And even though we're now talking July, August time, where you might think it's perfectly reasonable to swim in the sea in a swimsuit, it's not really cold. Holidaymakers don't necessarily, or didn't necessarily, they swam in wetsuits. And so it was still, wow, you just swam across the bay in a swimsuit. Yes, I have. And so people started joining me from the holidaymakers. They went away, they said, could we start a Bluetits group? And then a year ago we became a social enterprise, and so that was it. Bang, it just went.
When was the Bluetits properly formed then?
So the social enterprise was, where are we now, 22, it would have been 2020, September 2020.
It's still so new then.
Yes, so as a business, as a not-for-profit business, it's very. I always use the barrel for the sauna, and if, like Michaela, this lady here now, she's come to me today because she's training for an ice mile.
Amazing.
So people who aren't necessarily near a body of water that is cold enough will use barrels. They will, the most common thing you'll see them doing is buying paddling pools and lying in them. It's horrific. So a barrel is a much better option. So somebody did it in an old freezer, and she filled that freezer up. So the barrel, same thing then. That's what you'd use it for. And depending on what method you follow, so the Bluetits method is just get in the fucking water. If you were to pay money to Wim Hof, he advocates that you do all of the cold habituation before you actually get in the water. To me, there's too much fuss and nonsense there. All this fuss and nonsense. Just get in the water. But anyhow, he's into the breathing, and a lot of people like breath work, don't they? So if you were into breath work, you definitely use this. You'd use the tub, because then you're doing all the whatever it is you do. We're going out tonight. I don't really want to go. Can't be asked. All this COVID rules drives me insane. Still drives me absolutely insane. But I know when I come back from that swim, I'm going to be, yay, we're going out. I've done some exercise, so I've kind of earned the food that I'm going to eat. I feel amazing. And so there is definitely something about the water that kicks that out of you. Like a run, but it's condensed.
Yeah.
So for the sake of the tub, I think you would be getting all of this lovely benefit, but without actually having to leave your house.